Hey guys, video service information here. Working on a 2008 Toyota RAV4. It's got the 2.4 engine in it. Vehicle's got around 119,000 miles on it. The customer is complaining about oil consumption. They were saying about a quart and a half every 3,000 miles for oil consumption. The oil was topped off on this vehicle, and sure enough, the customer come back about 3,000 miles or so, and it was down about a quart and a half of oil. So we knew that Toyota had has got a service bulletin on this for oil consumption on the 2.4s. You can see in the bulletin here with the 2006 to 2008 RAV4. The 2.4 engine, and there's other vehicles that apply, the Camrys, Corollas, Matrix. And you can see here Toyota is stating 2006 2013 model year vehicles is equipped with the 2AZ engine may exhibit oil consumption. Piston assembly has been changed to minimize oil consumption. So we got this vehicle tore down. Get the engine tore down on it, and you can see here where we get definitely oil consumption issues. Top of the piston is all carboned up. And you can see here the ring lands have a lot of sludge build up, and the oil control ring has a lot of sludge build up. Get this image of this piston zoomed in here so you guys can get a better look at it. You can see the lower ring, which is called the oil control ring, and you can see how it's got a lot of sludge carbon buildup. And what happens, the oil will get by, and it'll end up causing excessive blow by the rings, and then we get burning oil in the combustion chamber, and it just basically spits it out the exhaust. So Toyota's stating they got a new piston update. This particular company opted for Piston Exchange on this thing, because looking at the cylinder walls, everything was fine. We didn't see any scoring or anything like that. So it looks like the short block can be reused. Got one of those new style pistons in just to compare designs. And you can see here how the old style piston has a notch in the bottom of the piston, and the new style piston next to it does not have a notch. Couldn't see anything else on the piston as far as design changes. Looks like Toyota is stating this is the new style piston, and going back to the bulletin, basically states here that the new piston assembly has been changed to minimize oil consumption. And you notice how they noted this in the bulletin, minimize. So basically it could still consume oil. So we just did a quick oil change interval check on Google to find out what the recommended service is on a Toyota RAV4. Kind of know what it is in our head, but we're just kind of curious to see what they said here on Google. Did a search on this thing. Can you see how we typed in 2008 Toyota recommended oil change interval? And crazy as it is, guys, you can see what pops up. 10,000 miles. So Toyota recommends that you have your oil changed every 10,000 miles. And then it says, but to continue with the 5,000 mile service interval for fluid top offs. So basically, your rings are stuck, and they just say keep topping off the oil. So, guys, in my previous videos, you guys have been listening to me for some time now. I don't recommend these 10,000 mile oil changes. We all see what it does to the inside of these motors. They have these piston updates and ring changes, and I don't know why the manufacturer just don't go back to the changing oil at 3,000 to 4,000 miles. Well, we know why, but we can't say why. Going back to the engine here, and you can look at these components and some signs of extended oil change intervals. Like we just said, basically Toyota recommends on this particular motor 10,000 miles, which is way too much. You can see all the oil varnish build up on this front cover here. Going over to the valve cover, you can see also excessive oil varnish and some sludge build up here in the corners. The oil pan wasn't too bad. I've seen worse. Wasn't really any heavy sludge deposits, but there is a film of oil varnish. Looking at the cylinder head and chambers here, you can see how the combustion chambers and the valves are all covered in soot and carbon and all that extra oil that was pushed up, blown by the pistons and rings collecting in the combustion chambers here. You can see the end of the spark plug is oil fouled. You have some oil varnish build up here in the cylinder head. The oil pickup screen was clear, so there wasn't any sludge, which would cause the engine to starve of oil. Didn't see anything like that. So since we have cylinder walls that all look good, I'm going to go ahead and just perform the bulletin on this one and put the pistons and rings in it. And I would definitely recommend, after the customer has this done, to change your oil every 3,000 to 4,000 miles. Is a better option, I believe. Of course, Toyota recommends 520, which is considered a high efficiency oil. Definitely, if you're going to run those type of oils, I would definitely go a lot shorter on the oil change intervals. Hey guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell to get notified every time I put up a new video. Have a good day.